What's happening in the polls? We've had some interesting polling, I think.
Yeah, so this isn't a national picture, so it's separate to the locals, but it's a good time to take stock. It's end of term, and, just recess is happening. So we've got a sense of what voters think about leaders this time. So we asked them, do you think Keir Starmer is doing well, badly, or OK as Prime Minister? Interestingly, fairly well, fairly badly, similar numbers. So 27 for fairly badly, fairly well, 25. I think the thing to watch is very badly, 33% is quite high. That's not that surprising for the ruling party.
Very well, 2%. 2% of people say that Keir Starmer is doing very well as Prime Minister. Honeymoon period? What honeymoon period?
But I think what's interesting is the next thing we asked, which was which of the following would you like to be Prime Minister? Which would make a better Prime Minister? And I think Keir Starmer's at the top, 21%. That's not bad for a ruling party. Nigel
Hold on a second. He's not actually at the top though, is he? Reopen nominations is the most successful out of everyone here. That's crazy stuff. I knew that the electorate more broadly are not really happy with the political offerings at the moment. Remember when we watched that focus group on Channel 4 that essentially said, we think that Nigel Farage is a fake and a fraud and a grifter who just says whatever it takes for people to like him. And then they all said they'd vote for him anyway. It shows you that out of the current crop of leaders, people basically hate all of them. 50%, none of them or don't know. An incredible lack of confidence in the current body politic in this country. Is it any wonder that people are flocking towards reform who are offering easy answers to simple questions? It's even funnier to me that Kemi Badenoch is so bad. She's the leader of the opposition. She gets privilege to have 6 questions at PMQs, interviews every month on the public broadcaster, a representative from her government basically every single day on every single channel across the entirety of terrestrial media, and a constant bullshit propaganda factory in the form of GB News also supporting their political party. And she is here behind Ed Davey in terms of the support for who would make the best Prime Minister. Turns out that banging on about the Chagos Islands, or national insurance employer increases, or the fact that sandwiches aren't your favourite kind of meal and you think that people who have sandwiches are weird, isn't a vote winner. And it also probably is at least somewhat testament to Ed Davey's strategy about taking on Trump, that he's increased his share in these kind of polls as of late. And it's also helping Keir Starmer that there's geopolitical instability that makes him look like a statesman. But it's crazy. It's crazy. The combined support for Keir Starmer and Nigel Farage is the same size as people who say literally nobody. And the combined of the all 4 top party leaders is the same as the combined don't know and none of these people at all. Kemi did attack British values and gave a direct slap in the face of the Earl of Sandwich. She can't win the charts and minds of Britain when she attacks our history. So very, very true. I mean, when you look at those 4, I feel like Ed Davey is the least shit, and I hate the Liberal Democrats. I'm sick of people on my TikTok feed going, I hate Labour, I'm going to do the Liberal Democrats instead of what? The people who voted against private school VAT and the reforms to agricultural property relief? Are you fucking serious? The austerity handmaidens? Davies' voting record on the disabled speaks for itself. Exactly, 100%.
Farage, 16%, perhaps not that surprising. I think the surprising thing here is Kemi Badenoch completely bottom of the pack at 5%. That is quite shocking. And none of them is extremely high at 37%, which is probably depressingly.
It's your fault. It's the journalist's fault. And also for our political class's fault, and no one has any ideas on how to actually fix these problems. No one speaks the language of people, you know? Nigel Farage, bless him, he tries, but he is a Thatcherite and an agent of the billionaire class, so no one takes anything he says seriously because it's obvious that he's not in any way sincere when he says things that sound pro-working class, right? There is nobody here that supports the interests of the majority, for the many, not the few. There is such a gaping chasm open for a left-wing iconoclastic party to sweep up all of these disenfranchised voters who don't want any of these options of red Tory, blue Tory, cyan Tory and yellow Tory. They actually want something different. And the Green Party, bless them, they're trying, but people A, see them as being too environmentalist, and B, think they're not a serious party, and C, the Green Party leadership aren't making a name for themselves. I'm glad we have Greens organised. We're trying really hard to put out content to push our message. But unless we have coverage by the press, we're not even included on this chart, people aren't going to take us seriously. I would like to see a left-wing coalition, a popular front, if you will, which would include the Green Party, various nationalist parties in Scotland and Wales, alongside a new left-wing party that siphons votes away and siphons MPs away from the Labour left and the current Independent Alliance to form some kind of broad bloc, a combined list of candidates that are backed by the Green left more broadly. But why would the Greens support that when they already have electoral base and they're the ones doing the work, when the left haven't been doing the work? It's why I back the Greens. They do the work. I don't agree with them on everything. I accept that they're different from the party I want to join, but I join the party and I accept the kind of people in there and their party structure because they're the only people pushing for left-wing politics at this point. We just need their message to be heard so that people know that we're a real alternative, because at the moment people don't think we are, judged by this graphic we're seeing on your screen right now.
Depressingly high. Yeah. The last thing we asked them was, which of the following do you think are doing the best job at offering the choice of an alternative government to the current Labour government? So again, if you think about Kemi Badenoch being at the bottom of the pile, this is even worse news for her in terms of who people think could be a good opposition. Nigel Farage and the Reform Party come quite high at 22%. And then the Conservatives aren't even second. It's Ed Davey and the Lib Dems.
And this explains why in current polling numbers, both in YouGov and More in Common, I believe, and might be Freshwater Strategies, the Liberal Democrats are polling on 17%. That's the highest they've polled in a long time, and would see their seats climb to the highest that it's been since 2010. So the Liberal Democrats are maybe having their breakthrough moment, which is interesting to see because the Liberal Democrats suck. And believe me, chat, we are going to be putting out some hardcore anti-Lib Dem content. Do not worry, chat. I will be taking the Lib Dems to task in the weeks and months to come. I am sick of seeing young people pretend that they're progressive when they aren't. We will be trying to take these people and show them what the Lib Dems are really like. More on that later. But they are having their renaissance in terms of their broader position because Kemi is useless and they're usurping themselves as the Liberal Conservative Party, right? The One Nation Lib Dems. But again, the combined support for Reform and the Lib Dems as an opposition, the right of the right wing and the left of the right wing, still combined is the same as none of them. People don't feel like there's a real opposition to Labour because there's no one opposing them from the left, apart from the Greens, who don't have the broad base or the broad platform to be able to mount that challenge successfully. And again, we need to get better at that. And again, the Greens are the platform that we have to get behind. Even if you disagree with their platform or how they conduct themselves, you better join the Greens and learn how they do things and get behind their strategies and try and find literally the single party doing the work to oppose Labour from the left. Because at the moment, the left, like the socialist left, the independents, where are we? Where the fuck are they? What are they doing? There is no movement. There are just little individual cells of independence like in Southport or in Liverpool or where I sit in Broxtowe, and there's no coordination. Where's the new party? If it's not there, then I'm sorry, it's a waste of time. It needs to happen now if it's going to happen. You can't just expect to run within 6 months of the general election like last time and there to be an electoral base just waiting for you to be able to suck the votes from. No, you need to get started now, and they're not started now, so the Greens are the only option, and you should join the Greens. And again, if there was a new leftist party, I'm sure we could find some kind of electoral pact that could stop a vote split and create some kind of broad coalition should the Green membership acquiesce to it, because of course that is up to the Greens membership. They're a democratic party. If the Greens don't want that alliance, they don't have to join it. But the offer would be on the table. I would support it as a Green Party member, but it's not up to me. It's not up to Carla, it's not up to Adrian. The Green Party broadly have to agree to it, and there are some Greens who might not be happy with it, so it's up to them. It's all about purity tests, and it all needs to stop in time to get serious on the left because the stakes are high. You're 100% correct, Original Demo. You are 100% correct. Fascism is on the rise. The far right are making gains because there's no opposition to them. There is no time to wait. There is no time for infighting. There is no time for purity testing. Get with the programme or accept defeat.
And just speaking about the Greens, as we have done, as they want to be the small party, not appearing in any of those, I think is quite concerning for them as well.
Yeah, really interesting. And this is obviously a national, as you say.
But you didn't poll people on those numbers. You didn't include them. That's your fault as the pollster. YouGov didn't include them deliberately. That's the problem. Hey there, if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like and leave a comment. That helps the video out in the algorithm. If you subscribe and ring the bell, it'll let you know when I go live. I stream every day on YouTube and Twitch. You can also follow all of my socials down in the description. And if you want to support me in a more financial manner, there's a join button for membership to just 99p to be a member on YouTube, as well as a Patreon, and there's some merch there as well. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.